have to juggle all this stuff with my hands. And before we get started, or I'll just ask you on camera. Okay, rolling. Can you pronounce your name and say your full name for me?
Okay, my name is Osvaldo, with W-O-S-W-A-L-D-O, Gomez, G-O-M-E-Z.
Oh, excuse me. I have to interview you with your questions. All right, Osvaldo Gomez, why are you particularly organizing an international workshop on climate change evaluation at this time?
Yeah, 2 years ago, the Global Environment Facility Evaluation Office conducted studies in several countries trying to identify evaluation capacities in those countries. And the results show that we don't have really enough information about evaluators, about evaluation agencies in many, many countries, particularly Asia, Africa, and Latin America. And for that reason, we decided to organize this conference that's going to help us to identify those, let's say, evaluation skills and organizations.
Okay. So are you going to invite non-officials, representatives to attend this?
Could you elaborate what you mean by non-official representatives?
Well, not your typical bureaucrats from the World Bank.
Well, the conference it's being organized in a very plural way that's going to include representatives from evaluation agencies, evaluation groups, independent evaluators, and government and multilateral organizations as well. It's an open conference, and anyone who has the interest and the experience is invited to participate.
Even people like Greenpeace and other
Absolutely.
environmental organizations.
Absolutely, it's a very plural meeting, and we would like to benefit from having different viewpoints on climate change and evaluation.
Okay, developed countries have a very ambiguous policy on climate change. Is that correct?
Oh, well, yes, different countries have different policies, and we don't have an agreed policy on climate change. We have international conferences that have been signed and ratified by different governments, but we don't have a one policy. So that's the case.
Well, you know, the World Bank has been criticized heavily for not doing enough about global warming, global climate change. And critics say that the World Bank is not a leader at all in this. How do you respond to that?
I would say that that's a voice that I don't really recognize much, because the World Bank has actively been not only a participant in the climate change conferences, but also a funder for those conferences and for the related activities, secretariats, and projects arising from those conferences.
Yeah, maybe for conferences, but why won't the World Bank end public subsidies for fossil fuel projects once and for all?
That's really a very interesting, a very challenging question, and
doesn't that go to the heart of this?
Oh, actually, I would say it's not. I'm not fully aware of the subject, and I'm not in a position to give you the correct answer.
Yeah, but the bank keeps redirecting money towards dirty energy.
What do you mean by dirty energy?
Well, I mean projects that are ultimately hurting the environment, increasing global warming, and not using alternative and new technologies.
I think I would like to know more about the sources of that information, because as far as we know, and if we based our answer on the UN reports and UN evaluations, the World Bank is leader in that area.
Okay, we're almost out of time. Any last short thing you want to say?
You are welcome to participate in our conference. Thank you very much for being with us.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a hand.